Welcome back to the Fantasy Show, the Commissioner Anderson Show. Once again with Tim Teneriello here. Analyzing the Week 3 matchups, we've got Jockeys at Bees. Tim, let's go with the quarterbacks right away. Drew Brees versus Phillip Rivers, both very, very good quarterbacks. Who do you give the edge to here?
I think you obviously got to give the edge to Drew Brees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a stud in all aspects of the word.
Oh, yeah.
Going against a Buffalo team, that hasn't been very good against the pass.
Mm-hmm. 332 yards per game Buffalo gives up. Obviously, one of those is Tom Brady, but if Tom Brady can do it, why can't Drew Brees?
Yep, Drew Brees could probably do it better.
I probably could, actually, this year. So anyway, although I don't hate Phillip Rivers, I take that back. I actually can't stand Phillip Rivers, but in this matchup, I would take Brees. Let's go with the running backs, Killer Bees running backs, D'Angelo Williams and Steven Jackson. I have a big issue with Steven Jackson, and that's the fact that his team is terrible. He's not getting the ball. They have to throw to keep the game going.
Yep, absolutely.
So D'Angelo Williams, although not bad, did you see what Dallas did to the New York Giants running backs this past Sunday night?
Yep, that seemed to be the only thing they could stop.
Yeah, and so I kind of get concerned if I'm Killer Bees running backs, but I don't look at his bench. Who's he going to put in? You going to put in Julius Jones?
Yep, as talked about with the Seattle offense, Julius Jones isn't the guy that's going to get it done.
Are you gonna put in Fred Taylor?
And I don't think you can go with that option either.
I mean, Tom, get other players for your team. Get some help. Brian Rubisky is not good. He's not playing. Tom, you got to help your team out. Your fans are crying out for help. Help.
No, I think if you look through Tom's roster, he's got a lot of big names that I think guys like the Jockeys, if you send them a trade for one of these big name guys, they're going to jump all over it because they're bandwagon like that. So,
all right, well, sorry about that little rant, folks, but Tom needs to hear stuff like that once in a great while. Let's go to the desk jockey side of things.
Doug, looking through the desk jockeys, you got to wonder, are you panicking a little bit if you're Mike as a Matt Forte owner?
Matt Forte was a hot commodity at the beginning of the year. A lot of people wanted him. I'm not panicking just yet. I will say this, though. If he doesn't get more than 10 points this weekend, I'm panicking. I'm getting real nervous. I'm maybe listening to more and more trades. Seattle's not that great. They're not terrible as far as defense goes. ESPN has him for quite a lot of points. I don't think he's going to get more than 14 or 15, and that's at the most. So I'm starting to hit the panic button. But let's play who you got. Are you picking Darren McFadden or Cedric Benson?
This week I think I'm going to go with Cedric Benson, and here's the reason why. Darren McFadden, he's kind of got a split backfield going on, sharing carries with some guys in a very bad offense.
Yeah.
I think the Bengals and Carson Palmer maybe starting to turn things around. Ocho Cinco's kind of picking it up a little.
Okay.
Benson has had 21 and 29 carries in the last two games, respectively. Against a pretty good Green Bay defense, he ran for 141 yards without finding the end zone. Yeah. I think this week he changes that around. He finds the end zone, maybe with 100 yards. I could see him getting close to 20 points this week.
Let me throw something out to you. Ray Rice, I think, is a decent option, too, that we could throw in there. And here's the reason why. Cleveland, as far as their defense goes, is pretty bad. They give up a ton of rushing yards, so I don't think that's a bad option either. You just hope that Desk Jockeys, if you're a fan of the Desk Jockeys, you really hope that he picks the right guy. Because that's really what it comes down to. Let's go with his wide receivers with Desk Jockeys. Dwayne Bowe, Justin Gage, Mario Manningham. Dwayne Bowe's a pretty consistent guy. I don't think that's a bad option. Justin Gage, you kind of wonder if Tom Brady's lying on his back throwing the football, is Kerry Collins going to be any better?
No. Not at all.
No.
I'd look to stay away from the Tennessee wide receivers, especially if Chris Johnson is starting to pick it up a little bit more. They're not going to be looking to air it out too much.
No, I like the Mario Manningham, a Michigan guy. Hail to the victors. But he looked good. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Tampa Bay is a terrible team as far as defense goes. So maybe he'll be able to pick up double-digit points for Desk Jockeys. Let's go to the other side of things. Killer Bees. Let me just take this time to say this. Tom, you need to get rid of Brandon Marshall. I know I just went on a little bit of a rant as well. Brandon Marshall's terrible. He's not doing anything. He doesn't know the plays. He doesn't have chemistry with his teammates. They don't like him. You need to get rid of him. And this is what happens when you draft misfits. Now, Terrell Owens had a decent week last week. I just don't know which Terrell Owens you're going to get this week. They're obviously going to throw because of Breeze.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Terrell Owens. He's going to be doing okay. Chad Ochocinco, as you said, you seem like a good option for this week.
I mean, as a number 3, maybe number 2 option, it's a decent one. But with Brandon Marshall, Tom, you may as well play Brian Robisky.
Yep.
Because that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You're going to get, 2 catches for 20 yards.
Yeah.
If your head coach is saying a wide receiver of that talent is another, wide receiver in the stable, he's done. Put a fork in him.
Yeah. I'm okay with you picking Brian Robisky over Brandon Marshall, and you heard it here first, I guess. Either way, you might not even fill it out, that spot. That's how bad it is. Anyway, let's go to the tight ends. I do like Tom's tight end. Well, never mind. His tight end play, Chris Cooley. I think Chris Cooley will get double digits against the Lions this week. Jeremy Shockey, although not a bad option. Breeze doesn't. He likes to throw it long.
Yep, and I think Jeremy Shockey's best game of the season was the first week of the season. 2 touchdowns. He's not going to get that again.
Yep.
And there's no reason for Drew Brees to ever pass to him, like you said.
No.
He's got 2 guys that are shooting down the wing of the sidelines and just flinging out to them. So.
All right, defenses: Vikings at San Francisco, Titans at New York Jets. I don't really think either one of them. I think both plays, they probably get 5 points each. Not a big one. Anyway, what does this game come down to? I think it comes down to Drew Brees. I think the desk jockeys are going to ride Drew Brees, if you get the pun there. I think the desk jockeys will ride Drew Brees to a victory here. Is that who you have?
Yes, but for a different reason. I think Matt Forte, we're going to see a different Matt Forte this week. Weaker defense. I don't think Seattle's going to give up the big plays like they did last week. But I think we see a different Matt Forte out there, and he's going to bring it home for the Jockeys this week.
All right, you heard it here. We'll be right back.